Hello and welcome to a new series idea on my channel. This is going to be called, I think, something like Skilling Through Qualies. If I can find a greater name for it, I will. But for now, it's kind of a test idea, so this is probably like episode 0. The idea, if you can't tell from the clip in the background, is to try to score as pretty of goals as I can. A couple of them might be a little bit, like not the prettiest, like long shots or something, where they're nice, but they're not necessarily pretty. They're kind of spammy or a little bit weird. But what I'm trying to do with this is just score as kind of creative goals as I can. I miss, FIFA 12, FIFA 13, kind of skilling with silvers and stuff like that. I don't think I'm good enough to be able to use a lower rated team or anything like that. But I'm going to try to showcase off what you can do in this game, especially in some of these easier matches. I don't think it's worth playing through champs qualifiers and trying to score the same kinds of goals you would all the time, especially the couple earlier games in qualifiers. Also going to use this as a space to try to learn some skill moves and just other things you can do in the game, kind of things like that, and just do some nice passing plays and all that as well. You don't see me do it too effectively this video. I'm still, obviously going to be using this as a chance to learn it all, as well as, I'm not saying I'm great at showcasing everything right now. So I got a couple skill moves to learn, and, this really isn't a skilling game, so trying to score goals where I rely on skill moves or dribbling or stuff like that is definitely going to be a learning curve, I would say. Especially because you can see, in this clip, look how many players that you've got in the box. It's, what, 7 defenders in the box, 6 or 7 versus my 3 or 4 attackers, and there's no space there. So it's definitely difficult, but again, I'm gonna try to use this as a space to score as pretty of a goal as I can. I don't manage that quite as well at the very end of this. The first kind of 5 games qualifiers, I'd say, are pretty easy. The last 5, sometimes I get harder matches than a normal for champs. Maybe I'll have a series idea of like, I can score whatever standard through ball kind of basic goal as I can if I'm down to try to get the game tied. But if it's tied or if I'm winning, the only goals I can score are, nicer ones. I'm not going to say it has to be like 3 skill moves before I can score or anything like that, but, it doesn't have to be the prettiest goal. The final goal maybe is to try to get some of those like real compilation type ones, but for now just kind of showcasing some fairly nice ones, as nice as I'm able to generate, and hopefully again I'm using this as a space to learn a little bit more. It's also, if I'm going this fully explosive attacker route, and trying to pull a little bit more out of those types of players, I think. I've got Grincha and I'm good with him, but I'm not exceptional, I would say. He doesn't light up FIFA in the way, your kind of Mbappe will. So trying to do a little bit something stronger with these types of cards, This Pedro Neto evolution is phenomenal, by the way. You can see that. It's just a power shot, but it's a very fun card. It's a shame about his composure, because he's got a 74 for that, if I haven't talked about that already. But, yeah. So trying to learn how to commentate over the clips instead of just kind of talking about other stuff and having them in the background. We've had some nice goals so far. I wouldn't describe any of them as like exceptional or really montagey or anything. And a couple of them, like, the skill moves are great, but you've got your McGeady spin cancels or your trickster skill moves that are like, they're good, but they're meta, so they're not that pretty, because it's like, yeah, but you just did a skill move that was going to work already. We're trying to maybe incorporate a couple that are, I'd say, unnecessary, like a little bit more showboaty, or if not showboaty, at least, not quite your standard meta, just McGeady spins and elasticos and all that. Although there's a reason people pretty much just use those ones. They're the strongest by far. Decent passing play here. One of the great benefits of having these kinds of players, and what a shame for Musiala. Normally he's got a better shot on him there. But Puteas? I don't know if it's Puteas or Putejas. I think it's one of the two. But she's great for this kind of thing. Her skill moves come off so nicely, and the tiki-taka plus play style is unfortunately really abusable. Yeah, for this kind of final third in the box passes, but that's the thing I don't like that playstyles do, is they don't just make a player play better, they make them, you know, you can kind of do something in a situation you wouldn't normally be able to, like make a short pass you shouldn't. And it's like, this feels, it makes the card good, but it also feels a little bit like I'm just abusing the mechanic, you know? That's why I try not to rely on your finesse shot pluses or Travellas too much. It doesn't feel that fun. It's like, all you did is like, did a ball roll and then held L2 and shot, you know? I want something that takes a little more vision, a little more creativity. Unfortunately, ending up in the penalty shootout here, we do win this one. Penalties are so strange this year. You get just really weird animations out of the keeper sometimes when there's ones where they're diving directly to the side. I don't know if you can point them upward. Actually have them. Well, he does it this time, so possibly. But a lot of times they just end up diving under the ball. I have not edited these clips correctly. That is my apologies. Yeah, a couple of the new skill moves added in. I don't really like the Trickster Plus ones because, again, they feel a little bit too spammy. It's like either they are defendable and defending it just kind of happens, or I don't know. They're either defendable and defending it just kind of happens, or they're undefendable. And in that case, it's like you didn't really do something that creative or pretty. You just kind of did something that the opponent had no way to defend anyway. I think you're also kind of saying, you know, the kind of goals. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching, I don't need to explain the type of goals that get scored in this game. You're either conceding long finesse shots, long Travellas, cutbacks, or headers, crosses, corners. There's pretty much no other type of goal that gets scored. And I think that, almost more than anything, is why I want to do this this series. Obviously me learning a couple other opportunities to score different types of goals. But also just showcase that you can. I think it's come through in a couple of these I've made so far, but I'm just so disappointed that everyone plays the exact same way and it's the same goal every time. It's just, you know, you're conceding your through balls and your long shots, and that's kind of it. And not saying I'd have more fun if I were defending against somebody who did skill moves every game. That would honestly maybe be a little bit more frustrating. They are really hard to defend if you're good at them. But I guess at this point, I mean, I'll take anything to just concede a different goal than what I've seen already. Here's another Trickster Plus going off, and just, again, nice goal, but kind of should have been defended at the end there. And yeah, the power shots are pretty ridiculous this year. If you haven't tried them out, or you haven't used a player with the playstyle yet, they come off way too nicely. It's unlike any shot you've probably ever seen in real life. There's the new rainbow coming off. It's L1, and then your normal rainbow flick, but it has to be with a 5-star skiller. It seems pretty effective, but I'm not quite sure what situations to use it in yet. That was a disappointing one, just getting back down the pass there. I think we go right up the other end and score on this one. This is me being upset. This is, yeah, for everything I'm talking about, I think this is exactly the kind of goal I don't want to score. And I think this is why I'm going to have Mbappe leave the team. He's great at doing that kind of thing. I don't find him so great at other avenues. Obviously, his positioning makes him great at just getting into great spaces, but because of his attributes, I almost rely on his, and this is probably the best goal I scored this weekend. Nice little skill run here from Pedro Neto. I do really enjoy his dribbling on the ball. And, but yeah, unfortunately that Pedro Neto evolution, pretty sure is expired. I think I did the midfield, it was one of the Founders upgrades, I think, and then the midfield dynasty, and what is it, the Trickertista time? And unfortunately, again, maybe it was Power Shooter instead of midfield dynasty, I forget. But unfortunately I did the the Finder's Evos, and I can't do Malin then. Although I'm not sure I would otherwise, because Malin can only be mostly explosive. And like I said, I'm doing pretty much just explosive players. Maybe not for the rest of the year. There are just things they can do that you can't do with others. Again, even Mbappe, great dribbler. Obviously, his body type's a bit tall for it. But in that case, even like Usman Dembele or Paulo Dybala, like good dribblers. Not again, they just don't have what your explosive types do. And I think this formation, the way I play, what I rely on, what this formation does, just in the types of spaces I'm trying to have my players get into, the explosive type. If you watched any of the videos I made at the end of last year, I was using pretty much, it's like Messi, Neymar, both on explosive. I had Xavi Simons Team of the Year, who was sometimes explosive, sometimes controlled. And he was the only one I did that with. Everyone else, I tried the Shapeshifters Pele. I think my favorite card at the very end of the year was Mertens. So I'm hoping he gets another card this year. Like an end of the year final, just really good card. When it starts almost not mattering. Everyone's stats are just so high. Nice little play there, I think. Havertz with a rainbow flick, and then just the absurd reach to be able to get back to it. His opponent, a little bit done, I think. Just spamming slide tackles, and then, well, the one slide tackle, just incredibly effective. Up they go the other end, and yeah, goalie movement's a bit weird. I wish it didn't exist. That's another mechanic. I don't think I'll talk about it now, but I think it's one of the worst FIFA mechanics there is. But yeah, you can just kind of goalie move them back onto the line, and it's just really effective. Especially if your opponent's not picking their head up. This is a goal. I can't say I've conceded one like that in maybe any FIFA for a really long time. I can't tell if I'm just really bad at dribbling with Mbappe, or it's just kind of what he encourages, but every time I get the ball to him, it's just like, Elastico. I'm not confident in my ability to do any other kind of, like, creative, tricky little dribble, so I'm just going to rely on, like, a powerful, spammy skill move. And, yeah, that's, again, why I'm trying to, I think he'll take a seat on the bench. I'm going to do the Jota evolution. I've got his 84, and I'll do the, that's it, the finisher for the Travella Plus, and, he's going to be, I think, 99 agility, 99 balance, perfect dribbling and ball control, too. That's quite a goal to concede. But on the marksman, almost perfect, like perfect dribbling stats, except like 87 composure and 89 reactions. Footbin lied about his attack positioning. It was supposed to be 89, or not that, the other website for GG, I think. Said it was supposed to be 89, it's going to be 86, and that's disappointing. Anyway, 5-star Jota. He's got an average body type, but he seemed like a great dribbler in the beginning of the year, and he's the first card I'm going to have 99s and all 4 important dribbling stats, so he's going to be involved in the next one of these I do. That was a great dribble from Puteas, by the way. What am I showcasing here? I have to get a little bit better, I will be honest, about editing the clips. I'm still trying to kind of iron that out. I'm not quite sure how to do that as a doing this kind of content creation yet. I'm so tired of corner kicks, by the way. It's just because they're so easy to concede. They're so easy to generate. Just like, I'll take a long shot that's never going to go in, and it'll get me a corner that I can probably, or have a decent chance to score from. This was a pen I didn't deserve. Yeah, corners, and people just do, like almost everyone does switch to their center back and, just move them, like sprint around the box and try to get away from the manual goalie movement. That being said, I do the short corners, which aren't necessarily, any less ratty, you could say. This is quite a scissor kick from Pedro Neto, too. I mean, it was free, and he should score that, but yeah. It's the one type of cross you might see me concede. You might see me score in the series. I have to get more power shots with Lothar Matthäus, as the opponent did there too, because he's got the trait for it. The CDM is just not super offensively viable in this formation, but yeah, I think going forward, I'm going to try my best to really kind of exclusively rely on better goals if I can. You know, maybe I'll follow that rule of like, when I'm down, you know, what am I trying to say? When I'm down, I can score, but when it's tied, or I can score any goal, but when it's tied or when I'm winning, I can't. I have to score some prettier ones. I might try to start doing this in Foot Champs too. I think playing this style might just benefit me anyway, because if I've got this in mind, then I'm picking my head up a little bit more, which I think is one of the most underrated things in FIFA. A lot of people, I think, just ball watch, and you know, they'll just look at the player they've got, and then their peripheral vision. This is quite a press, by the way. The pressing in this game. Yeah, a lot of people just look at the player they're controlling on the ball, and you know, their peripheral might see like a short pass or something like that, and the way people play, but they don't really pick their head up and see, you know, anything else on the field. And the thing something I've always like thought about FIFA, that's quite a back heel from Holland. Let's be real, you know, at fair play. Something I kind of always think about FIFA is what am I trying to say? You should kind of play like chess, where you're thinking a couple moves in advance. So like when I've got the ball with Neto there, I'm not just thinking about scoring with him. I'm not thinking about Musiala. I'm thinking about passing it back to Musiala to get it over to Garrincha. And obviously that's a really simple one. Like doing it here too, you know. And let's see. If you got the ball with Mateus, like you're passing it forward, you're getting it to Dybala there. But I'm not just doing it with Dybala like to get forward or something. I'm getting it over to Mbappe, knowing that I'm going to get it right back to Dybala. Like you're thinking a couple plays ahead. Again, not the best examples, but I think it's a strength of this formation with them. And if you're going to watch the, I'm putting out a tactics review for it too, so if you're going to watch that one, kind of talking about the verticality and the creativity you can get with it. What a Trivela that is from Wahi, by the way. One of those players you come up against and you just, I didn't realize, because I didn't look at the card before the game, but I didn't realize he had Trivela Plus, so yeah, if you come up against him, I guess you're probably only conceding Trivelas, huh? I thought that was a miss from Musiala. He actually scored. That was a pretty nice one. Again, so hard to actually generate nice goals in this game, because of just the compactness and the same formation everyone plays, but I think this is the other one I scored this weekend that I'm disappointed in myself. I think I'm towards the end here. This might be the final game? Yeah, I think it is. I think I'm at the end of the weekend and I'm just going, you know what, let's finish this up. Again, I'll try not to do that too much in the future, and again, Mbappe is going to get benched for the next one. Can I have a front three of, I think, Jota in the middle, and then Neto and Garrincha out wide. That was a nice goal, though. This one, that would be worth a rewatch. It's the pass to get it right around Schmeichel there at the end and everything. And then you get the ball to Wahi, and you're like, I know what's coming. And this was so disappointing to me, because Garrincha's there first, and then you can see the weak foot long Trivela or almost a Trivela, kind of, from Kubo. Like, come on. Yeah, the press, you can see it there too, with the fullback just not being manually controlled. It's just entirely AI. Just, you get the ball forward, they're stepping to you immediately. And hey, sometimes in spots like that, Protea should be putting that away. But, yeah, sometimes spots like that, you get, you know, it does generate space, but you're just getting pressed so quickly. It's so hard to do the, you know, kind of skill moves and skill runs and stuff I'm trying to generate here. But if you've got any tips for me, the way I'm playing, or something else I can consider, or if you're a fan of this series idea or anything like that, you know, let me know in the comments. And I think this is the final goal here. If I remember, it's not a great one. And yeah, again, I think I say this every video. I'm going to try to do a better job of actually commentating over the clips next time. Yeah, it's not a great one. Yeah, I'll try to commentate over the clips a little bit more next time. Maybe I'll start doing some live stuff too. But yeah, anyway, if you're still here at the end, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.